Oh, wait.
Kicking back, cracking a cold one, headphones on, game day begun. Dialing up the podcast crew for the sports lowdown, me and you. Trash talking sports from coast to coast. Every game, every win, every boast. From the gridiron to the diamond, we break it down, leave no stone unturned. Defiant. Hoops and hits, goals and runs, we cover it all, having tons of fun. Debating plays, calling out the fouls, racing hearts and heated growls. Trash talking sports from coast to coast. Every game, every win, every boast. From the gridiron to the diamond, we break it down, leave no stone unturned. Defiant.
What is going on? Man, I am like all up in the camera, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm mobile devicing it. Happy Sunday, fun day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Unnecessary Roughness. We got our boy Rick in the building, as always. And you guys know me. I'm Click over here on the Nonsensical Network. Go ahead and check us out. We are everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And don't forget, you can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at the Nonsensical Network. Or you can simply go to bio.link/nonsensical network.
Right.
All them links are there, including a link to Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner. She does all of our merch, as you can see, rocking the network t-shirt today. You can get your very own, or you can get personalized stuff. If you don't want to buy our shit, you can just get your own stuff, man. Nikki can get you taken care of. Beauty and the Beard Creative Corner on Facebook and Instagram. And our newest edition, ladies and gentlemen, we have started a Patreon. We are experimenting in the Patreon world. Blaze and I got that all set up last week. We're going to kind of dabble into that world. We're going to put a lot of exclusive Patreon only content up there. Whether
That's where all my feet pics are going, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was going to surprise you, but I guess the cat's out of the bag.
I had a feeling you were working some angle with the to be able to put my feet pics up.
Yeah, that's why I kept saving them every time you snap them to me. I was like, I'm gonna save these. I got a whole catalog.
I know that you weren't just working some magic trick that was like, this is just for my viewing pleasure. No, I get it. You're just trying to make some money off me. We need a contract, please.
This is my my special catalog, my special folder of pictures. I mean, I've already got a Feet Finder account. You know, I'm doing pretty good on that. I appreciate it. I'll once I cash out, I'll slide you a little percentage. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, right. No, we got the Patreon. Oh, looky who made it today.
Did our attorney show up today?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
He's here to discuss my contract for the money that you're not paying me for the feed picture you're posting on Patreon.
Stranger danger.
My legal counsel has just showed up. Thank you.
Why is there a random banner? There we go. Get rid of that.
There we go.
Yeah, no, but we do have the what up, Wally? Wally calling him Derek a part-timer. Derek's a busy man, and he's always on the road.
He's got a lot of legal battles going on, apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's doing so well. He got himself an all-expense paid trip coming up next week.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to my wife.
Wifey putting in the work. No, so we are going to dabble into the world of Patreon. gonna put some. Blaze and I are still trying to figure out all the ins and outs of it. But once we do, it's live, it's active, it's published. But we want to put some exclusive content and do some stuff for our fans that do subscribe to the Patreon, whether it be like some free merch, swag, whatever, different things. But nonetheless, we can talk about that later on down the road. We got Derek in the building. Long time no see. How you been, brother?
I've been pretty good. Like you said, I've just been really busy lately.
It makes it sound like he does something other than show up to court. His paralegals do it all.
Yeah. Well, mostly I'm golfing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I forget the attorneys get that luxurious duty.
Yeah. Mostly I'm golfing.
Going to plays, going to the PA tour.
I haven't been keeping up with mostly anything except for watching Tennessee and Kentucky play in basketball college.
I heard Derek got invited to the next live golf tournament over in the Middle East somewhere.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Nice.
I'm not going over there. No chance.
Hard pass.
Definitely a hard pass on that one.
Real quick, obviously, it is the NFL offseason. There's been a lot of things going on, but real quick before we get into talking about that, just NBA real quick. Shout out to my Cleveland Cavaliers. Franchise record, 16 games in a row, leading the NBA with the record, best team in the NBA. The playoffs are right around the corner, man. NBA finals are right around the corner. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs are right around the corner. Somehow, some way, by crook or thief, the fucking Blue Jackets are going to fight to the last game and manage to get a playoff spot just to get knocked out in the first round by probably Tampa Bay or some dumb shit like that. And we got March Madness right around the corner, boys.
Yeah.
We got all the conference championships going on. I know Michigan's playing Wisconsin in the semis today after a wild game against Maryland.
When do we need to do our brackets?
I don't think they've released the tourney schedule yet, but as soon as they do,
you're going to come up with a link to send to all of us for us to use for the bracket?
Yeah, typically ESPN, Yahoo, one of them, you can do brackets and invite your friends and whatnot, kind of like a fantasy football league. So once they release it and once I have that, I'll set up. I'll send you guys a link and we can just throw together a March Madness bracket. And it don't really matter how good or bad we do, just something to do so we can talk shit to each other. So
I can handle.
I know last year I did something like that with a group of friends, and we had two brackets each, and one was our serious bracket, and the other one was like our fucked up bracket where we just had it was just upset crazy. You pick those random ass teams, and those random ass teams actually did pretty well in those brackets last year. I was kind of shocked. You always have those Cinderella stories, but not a whole. I mean, like I said, the biggest news in the NBA right now is the Cavs winning streak at 16 games. They're going for 17 right now. The number one overall seed is a battle between the Cavs and the Thunder. The Cavs have a 1-game lead on the Thunder currently. But outside of that, Luka and LeBron are finally meshing in LA. Not that matters, nor does anybody care because LeBron James is a bum.
He's a flopper, that's for sure.
Oh my god! Did everybody see that clip of him the other day where he acted like he caught an elbow?
Yes, that was hilarious. Not even close. And my guy's like, doing.
I don't even think he caught his shadow, bro. He caught the breeze. Yeah. Dude ran past him,
and he's like holding his face too. He's
like,
he's that as a penalty.
I thought only soccer was able to do that shit.
Dude, they've been doing it in the NBA for years, and LeBron is the. I'm a LeBron fan. I've always been a LeBron fan. I was never mad at him for leaving Cleveland, but these last couple seasons, him in LA, it's been kind of a joke. but he's always been the king of the flop in the NBA, man. I remember
Yeah.
watching Cavs games and nobody would be near him, and all of a sudden he's flying across the court, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? Like what is happening to you right now, dude? So, but him and Luca are finally meshing in LA, which could be a bad thing for the East or the West. I'm sorry, um, because LeBron still does have, he's still got some gas in the tank, and Luca's young, man. He's definitely got a lot of gas in his tank.
Yeah, he's
So,
good. Yeah, he's
um,
good.
definitely a wild trade from Dallas to LA. That kind of blew my mind when that happened a few weeks back. Um, but outside of that, not a whole lot major going on. NBA, NCAA basketball. Nobody pays attention to NCAA basketball until we get to March Madness. Let's be honest.
Yep.
I
Yep.
just
Still got
started
about a
paying
week.
attention because
Facts.
of the Big Ten conference. The Big Ten conference tournament. I just started paying attention because Michigan's in it, and they're playing pretty well. And of course, we seen little brother choke again the other night and get knocked out. Michigan State, so that was great.
Well, I know Ohio State's really struggling right now too. I've seen that
Ohio State
their
had
dreams have been shattered, and they've had a couple of good last probably 5-6 years, but this year they're riding the struggle bus in basketball. It's funny, we can talk about basketball like it's nothing, but when it comes to football, if I say Ohio State's struggling, you're like, yeah, fuck them. But in basketball, you're like, man, they're struggling.
They are. And, no, I mean, I enjoy when Ohio State is good in football. I mean, still, fuck them. But I would much rather that series, that rivalry, come down to both teams being good. And I would love to see both teams make the playoffs one year, Michigan and Ohio State, and potentially play each other.
Our rivalry is more football based than it is any other sport for this.
Oh yeah. Because at the end of the day, the last several years, Michigan has owned Ohio State in all sports across the board. The hockey team absolutely dominates them. The basketball team has been. It's wild to see how across the board how much Michigan has been dominating Ohio State, but nobody gives a fuck about anything outside of football. So you have to be a fan of the school. Hockey again, not a whole lot going on. I will say, Rick, your favorite player is getting closer and closer to Gretzky's.
Such a fucking dirtbag.
He's getting closer and closer to Gretzky's record. Derek, we got new music coming. That's what Wally said. Yeah, we read the chat
on the way.
We always read.
We read the chat, man.
I was listening to Derek's music the other day at work.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Yep. I was making everybody at work listen to it too.
Derek's always in my rotation.
My boss actually asked about it. He asked who it was, and I said, it's the guy we actually do the Sunday podcast with when he's there. And he's like, what do you mean when he's there? I was like, yeah, he's not there all the time. He's like,
I could have been on there last Sunday.
He was like, why isn't he there all the time? I said, well, he says it's something to do with family music, but I think as an attorney, he's constantly tangled up in shit. He's like, he's an attorney? I said, make pretend.
Yeah, I'm a pretend attorney.
He's a nonsensical network attorney. He's a nonsensical network attorney. We're going to need him eventually, especially if I keep popping off on Wednesdays and Saturdays with my random. But I hope that record gets broke. Which record, Wally? Like I said, not much going on in hockey. Obviously, everybody's going. They're winding down to the end of the season, trying to get those final spots in the playoffs or the Stanley Cup series and whatnot. So, baseball is just doing what baseball does. They're doing baseball things in springtime. Not really a whole lot to talk about in baseball. However, it's crazy. We're in the off season in the NFL, and we still predominantly. Yeah, we still predominantly talk the NFL here on this show. Now the UFL is getting ready to start. I am looking forward to that season.
Yep.
We talked about that a little bit last week. Definitely looking forward to that. I know we said that by the end of this season we're picking teams. I know I have like a preliminary team with the Michigan Panthers and I think I can't remember who the other one was. But at the end of the season, I'm going to have a full-fledged team that I'm going to be pulling for moving forward in the UFL. But yeah, this week has been wild in free agency. And before we get too much into it, I want to ask you guys a question. Because you got three big names still hanging out, looking for possible trade, looking for a possible signing. And those three big names are Rodgers, Wilson, and Cousins.
Wilson is staying in Pittsburgh.
You think he's going to stay at Pittsburgh?
They got rid of Fields already.
Yeah, they got rid of Fields. Russell Wilson did. So they've got all three of those guys linked to the Giants. And I read an article the other day.
It depends on what media outlet you look at, because the Jets Facebook page says that Wilson's linked to the Jets too. Like, it depends on what you look at.
Well, the Jets just signed Fields. The Jets just signed Fields. So, I mean, are the Jets going to do the same thing that Pittsburgh just did?
No, and I don't. Like I said, it all depends on what media outlet you look at. I think that Wilson's going to stay in Pittsburgh. They just brought in DK Metcalf, so that puts those two back together. We know they have a good history playing together. We know they know each other very well. I think that Tomlin keeps Wilson and with Metcalf, and they just try to make a push for a deep playoff run.
Yeah, I know this week Russ did visit with the Browns and the Giants. I'm not going to be that guy where it's like, oh, I hope we get Russell Wilson. I don't.
You got 1 year left with fucking Watson.
Yeah, if we pick up a veteran quarterback, I would really like to see Cleveland make a move for Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins has announced he's staying with Atlanta, and he's getting $10 million for it.
Well, that just came out just a couple hours ago that Atlanta could still possibly get rid of him before that $10 million guaranteed deadline. But like he said, he's like, I'm perfectly fine hanging out on the bench and being a backup. Who wouldn't for $10 million?
He's making stupid money. That's $10 million on top of the $100 million he got guaranteed.
Yeah, you're going to give me $110 million just to sit on the bench and do nothing. I don't have to get my ass kicked for 18 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm in.
Kirk Cousins. However, Cooper Rush did just end up with the Ravens as backup to Jackson.
Yeah.
As of 1 hour ago.
Najee
Cup went to Seattle.
Cup is
Cooper Cup went to
he did get picked up. He got picked up by Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
He's in Seattle. Seattle, dude. Seattle's entire offense looks different right now. They've got they picked up Sam Darnold.
Yep.
DK's gone. Tyler Lockett's gone. They picked up Cooper Kupp. They also picked up Valdez Scantling, whatever.
Scantlin. Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully Kenneth Walker will be healthy by the beginning of the season for them. So their offense looks totally different in Seattle right now. Najee Harris got signed by the Chargers.
Bosa to the Bills.
Bosa to the Bills.
Von Miller. If Bosa can stay healthy, hello, that's the edge rush I think Buffalo needs.
Mm-hmm. That is on the top left. What?
Bro, I didn't even understand it when I read it, and it was weird.
Originally conjoined twins, but at age 10, they grew into two people and got surgically separated. Meanwhile, the guy on the bottom, Derek, is their younger brother. It was just whatever you're on. Whatever you're on, I want two of them.
Yeah, right.
Gretzky's related. Bosa to the Bills.
Yep.
When the fans run on the field.
That's because usually a player floors them.
If you could cast Charlie Sheen to play any NFL player in a movie, which would it be?
George Kittle.
One that's retired.
George Kittle. The humor sense.
Yeah. No, man. Like Najee Harris went to the Chargers, which is great for the Steelers because I'm sorry, I think
What'd you
Jalen
do?
Warren is a much better running back than
Festival?
Najee, and the Steelers should have had him starting all season over Najee. They did. The Steelers picked up DK. Now they have a legit solid wide receiver one, in my opinion.
Jordan Mason to the Vikings.
Yeah. Mason Rudolph back to Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett to Cleveland. Jesus Christ.
Mason Rudolph went back to the Steelers, and did y'all see the stupid move? We picked up Brandon Allen.
Yeah,
QB
who the fuck is Brandon Allen?
Who is this guy? I'm like, what? And they announced it on like the Titans page, and I'm like, for what? You could have just kept that to yourself.
How about Juszczyk stayed with the Niners for a 2-year, $8 million?
Who did?
Oh, really?
Kyle Juszczyk. Yep. He's returned to the Niners on a 2-year, $8 million contract.
Nice. What was I right about, Wally? Yeah, I see that for the Titans, and I was like, are they just making up names in Tennessee now? Like, we signed Brandon. Who the hell? Who
Brandon
is this
Allen,
guy?
I think he played backup to Josh one year in Buffalo.
Yeah. I've never heard of the guy, but I mean,
I don't care, man. I ain't never heard of him. Didn't hear of him coming out of college. He come here. Nobody knows who he is. I mean,
did you hear what just happened in Kansas City? They're about to be under Minshew mania behind Mahomes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Coming. Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Minshew to the Chiefs to back up. They said, what did the article said? They said career-long backup quarterback goes to KC, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then I had to read the article, and I'm like, I mean, Minshew's had some highlight years. I mean,
Daniel Jones with the Colts. See that?
I'm kind of bummed. Okay, so I got to be honest with you. I'm really kind of sad about one move that Buffalo made that really actually kind of broke my heart. We let funny man, no shoes, Mac Hollins walk to the fucking Patriots.
Oh,
Mac Hollins was a clutch guy for Josh on so many occasions, and we let him walk to the Patriots. So now he's squared against us twice a year. 49ers also grabbed Mac Jones for a 2-year, $7 million deal.
Yeah, see, Mac Jones and you said Daniel Jones went to the Colts?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones went to
the Colts. Yeah, I got NFL.com pulled up right here, and yeah, he said he's eager to compete for the starting job with Anthony Richardson.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the Bosa signing. Von Miller was not being productive. If Bosa can stay healthy, I think that's a great pickup for Buffalo. However, that's a big if with Bosa because the last 3 seasons he's not made whole seasons because he hasn't been healthy. And we picked up Ogunjobi from Pittsburgh, but he's got to sit the first 6 games on a suspension for peds.
Oh shit!
2 of the guys we picked up, both the new D's that we picked up, got to sit 6 games for suspension for peds.
Damn.
Performance enhancing drugs.
Deb, you got a stomach bug over there? Got a bunch of puke-faced emojis?
I think they're just playing the emoji button.
Yeah, she's a little special.
So Marcus Lawrence to the Seahawks?
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb got a nice big payday from Dallas.
That doesn't surprise me.
To lock him in. I'm glad to see that happen. Not necessarily am I glad to see him still in Dallas, but I'm glad he got a payday.
You just got Malik Collins, the defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Malik Collins. It sounds like Cincinnati is going to finally give T. Higgins some money and try to keep him.
They're in the works with Higgins and Jamar Chase. Kyrie Elam from Buffalo goes to Dallas.
Nice. And I will say,
who went to
the old
Dallas?
Kyrie Elam.
Oh, who's that? Defense?
No, he's a corner. Well, yeah, he's a
cornerback. Cornerback.
We let him go and kept DeMar Hamlin. I was kind of mad.
I thought he was dead.
He did die, but then he got reincarnated.
He came back. He came back.
Ever since he got reincarnated, he's been actually a pretty decent football player. He had like 3
You got a
interceptions
zombie.
last year and like 10.
You got a zombie.
Yeah, and he's made some retardedly hard hits for a guy who died. Now he must feel like Superman. He's invincible. Like
he's got them zombie powers.
Yeah,
he's got them zombie powers. You guys got a damn zombie on the team. And the old saying, money talks and bullshit walks. Myles Garrett was like, I'm done in Cleveland. I want out of Cleveland. And he became the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. Cleveland cut him a big old fat paycheck, $40 million a year.
It's funny because he got that right after
$40 million.
Yeah, he got that right after what's his name and
Max
the
Crosby
Raiders got his. Yeah, he was like, "Oh no, Max, you're not outdoing me."
Yeah,
let me sign this off and get you by like $8 million.
I'm happy for him, but man, don't nobody tackle enough quarterbacks to earn $40 million a year.
He's locked in to retire in Cleveland at this point.
They've got him. They've got him locked in for the next 5 years, and in his contract they have a no trade clause policy. So like no trade clause. So he's locked into Cleveland. So Cleveland
Brown.
And I will say this. Initially, Myles Garrett got advice from fucking LeBron James, of all people. But before the deal was made, I guess him and Joe Thomas sat down and had a nice long conversation. And we all, anybody who watched football knows Joe Thomas was one of the best offensive linemen in the league when he was in Cleveland, and he was drafted and he retired in Cleveland, and he loves the city of Cleveland. Like even though they never won a championship or even seen the playoffs, but I think they had a conversation. So I think Joe talked some sense into his head, like, "Yo, man, you're not gonna find a fan base any better than these diehard lunatics, because when we suck, they still love us."
Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins to the Ravens. That makes me a little nervous. That's a big pickup for Baltimore, I think.
Let's keep giving Baltimore a bunch of weapons. Let's
because Lamar Jackson's not dangerous enough. Let's give him more to work with, right?
Yeah, we got Derrick Henry, D Hop, Mark Andrews, which maybe Andrews is starting to slow down a peg.
Is Zay Flowers there? Or is he with the Bills?
No, he's not with the Bills.
No, Zay Flowers
he's
with the Ravens.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then you got, Mark Andrews might be slowing down. He's getting a little bit up there in age. Then you got that damn Isaiah Likely kid coming right up behind Mark Andrews, who's a monster.
Yep.
So let's keep giving the Ravens more weapons, as if they're already not a headache in the AFC.
Yeah. Yeah, AFC teams just don't seem to pick up the players that the Ravens could snatch up on them. Fucking idiots. How about this one? This one will rub you just right, Glick, because you love the underdog stories. Jacoby Brissett manages to stay in the NFL for one more fucking year.
Let's go, Jacoby.
Going to the Cardinals this time.
Cardinals are going to the playoffs. Jacoby Brissett will lead them. little Rumpelstiltskin. No, he'll be the starter
with his quarterback coach in Cleveland, Drew Petzing.
Nice.
He was the quarterback coach when Brissett was there, and now he's the OC for the Cardinals. So Brissett goes to play backup to the little motherfucker that is Kyler Murray.
I'm calling it now. Kyler Murray strains his thumbs playing Call of Duty, and he's out for the season. And Jacoby Brissett comes in, and the Cardinals go to the playoffs.
Oh my God!
Pulls the old Flacco. Oh no, not Joe Flacco. Nick Foles.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Will Levis is going to have a breakout season this year.
Hell no! Don't even.
He's gonna throw for 6,000 yards, 75 tutty.
That's why I don't know why we picked this other guy up. Like, what are we doing? So, like, we're saying Will's the guy. Like, nah, man, we should have not picked up a quarterback whatsoever.
You're barely into the offseason.
Or went to the draft. I think we should have got a vet because I don't really see nothing in the draft that I want this year.
You guys, the season hasn't even. We're barely into the offseason, and the Titans are already going for the number 1 pick next year. they're already throwing in the towel.
Yeah,
like,
obviously. Hey, that's what Miami did to become competitive. They sucked for a few years, and they stacked up like a couple years ago. They had like 14 picks or something crazy in the draft. I was like, Jesus. And they got pretty good, but I guess it wasn't good enough because, really just Tua. If Tua could have stayed healthy, man.
Hey, man, you leave my guy Skylar Thompson alone. He's a beast. He's a baller.
Who? And Allen, who?
Skylar Thompson, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, the Browns doing Mayfield dirty, man. It is hard to be a Cleveland Browns fan because it's like only the Cleveland Browns can screw up a wet dream with instructions.
Titans too. We're the same way.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing, man?
I don't know what's going on, man. Just bad ownership is what I attribute it to because it's like, man, hire good managers and let them do their job.
Yeah, I think a lot of the struggles in the NFL with certain teams comes down to that the front office.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's just like a executive producer of a movie trying to like insert scenes on a movie. It's like, dude, shut up and go do your job and let the people who make the movies make the movies. You know, same thing with football. Let the people who manage football and coach football do that. And you just manage the money that keeps the team together.
The Pastronaut went to the Pat Riots. Josh Dobbs.
Oh, Jesus. He's still in the league?
Yep. The old Powder. He went to the Pat Riots for 2 years.
Man, he's been passed around.
Who?
Josh Dobbs.
His career will end there.
Oh, Dobbs.
Yeah, former Volunteer, wasn't he? Didn't he go to Tennessee?
Yeah, he was a Tennessee Volunteer.
Yeah. He's pretty good in college.
Yeah, he showed some potential.
Yeah. Now he's
but I don't see no quarterback action I like for Tennessee for this year. To be honest,
you guys got what pick do you guys have?
Number 1.
You guys got the number 1 pick.
Yep.
You wouldn't like to have.
No, I don't want Sanders and I don't want Ward.
Really? Okay.
Nope.
I mean, I would like to see Ward.
Man, I think they'll be good, but they're not number 1 draft pick good in my opinion.
I can agree with that.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Well, according to the ESPN analysis, some of the commentators on ESPN, that's because you're racist.
Oh,
no, it's because I'm realistic and
it's
based on the competition. You know what I mean? Like they just don't have really. They're the top 2 this year. But they don't make the number 1 draft pick worthy to me. You see what I'm saying?
And if I was at home, I'd be able to look it up. But there are some QBs coming out of college this year that I think people are sleeping on. And like I said, I can't pull it up right now. But
those
there's a couple.
Usually the ones you need.
Yeah, there's a couple that people are sleeping on because they're on this Sanders and Ward kick. But yeah, there was a couple guys from a couple of the sports shows on ESPN. They're on this whole kick that Sanders' stock is dropping because the NFL is racist because he's a black quarterback, and if he was a white quarterback, his stock wouldn't be dropping like it is.
Nah,
It's
be
just
a
like,
better
no,
ball player. Just be a better
yeah,
ball
it's
player, man. Stop it.
yeah. He's riding the
Him.
hype.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, he's riding the hype train in my opinion. You know, you look at Colorado's strength of schedule and the teams they play against, and he's getting
Exactly.
hyped up because of who his daddy is at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
maybe this time next year we'll be sitting here eating our words, you know, because he comes out and he gets drafted and he has an amazing rookie season and we have to eat crow. But the way it looks
Not
now, I
happening.
think he's all hype. Yeah, I think
Not
he's all
happening.
hype.
Neither one of them, Ward or Sanders, ain't happening. They're not going to have a breakout season. They might come in and look great for a couple of games. You know what I mean? They might pop in and look good for a couple of games. And I'm not saying they're going to be terrible, but they're not carrying no team to the playoffs. They're not they're not changing any team's dynamics, in my opinion, at all.
No,
I'm not saying they're not good and that they won't be good later. I'm just saying now, number one draft pick. No,
these are your top 5 quarterbacks listed for the draft right now: Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, Jalen Milroe from Alabama, and Kyle McCord from Syracuse.
I think the Dart kid is the sleeper coming out of this draft class.
Your top running backs coming up in the draft class: Ashton Genty from Boise State, Omarion Hampton from North Carolina, Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State, which I don't disagree with that. Quinshawn Judkins from Ohio State, another one I don't disagree with. That dude runs angry like Isaiah Pacheco. And Caleb Johnson from Iowa.
Well, for the Titans, we'll probably draft a kicker with the number one draft pick.
Or they'll pick up one of the top 3 wide receivers coming out in the draft with no quarterback to throw to them because Levis can't get the ball down the fucking field.
We'll do something dumb exactly like that.
They'll end up with Tetroya McMillan from Arizona, Matthew Golden from Texas, or Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State, and they'll fucking flop their first 2 seasons.
And then they'll flop their first season. We'll trade them to somebody, and they'll be amazing on the next team.
Yeah, they'll be a fucking Justin Jeffries for that team.
If we're smart, we will trade the pick for next year to keep a nice number one draft pick, or maybe not number one, but a little nice high draft pick for next year.
Look, you have one of the top tight ends coming out of college, and I'm really interested to see where Colston Loveland goes.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm very curious to see where Loveland goes. So, Derek, basically what you're saying is that Tennessee's going to take that number one pick, and they're just going to draft a water boy.
Pretty much.
I hope they trade the pick and be smart and plan and start planning for next year, because this season we're still not going to be any good. That's just the way it's going to be. Let's just be what it is and go on and stack up and try to keep contracts together so that next year we'll have a really good team. In my opinion.
Yeah, I am definitely I'm curious to see where Loveland goes. Dude was an absolute, and not just because he was at Michigan, but the dude is an absolute animal.
He's good.
I mean,
he's fucking good. I'm not like even being from McChicken.
Yeah.
That was funny. So the reason I said McChicken, there's a quick short story. There's a guy on there on Facebook. I see his reels all the time, Freaking Rican or something like that. And he goes up to his Puerto Rican friends and tries to get him to say American words in English. And when he got to Kentucky, it was Kentucky. And then when he got to Michigan, the guy said it with his Puerto Rican accent, and it came out McChicken. So he calls it McChicken. So I'm like, okay, it's no longer TTUN, it is now McChicken.
Yeah.
I will call it McChicken.
Titans fans are definitely riding in the same boat with us Browns fans. No, that kid out of Dart, I think he's going to be the sleeper.
From Ole Miss.
Yeah, I see the thing the other day, and he's been a 4-year starter at Ole Miss, and somebody said something about, he only had one good season, and I'm like, hold the fuck up. Let me go look at before I could go look at stats. Somebody posted his stats in the comments, and I was like, so I commented below, the guy's stat or his whatever you want to call it, his Facebook post, And I was like, tell me you know nothing about college football without telling us you know nothing about college football, because the kids had some amazing numbers. Now, granted, Ole Miss might not be one of those good, top tier teams or whatever, but the kids putting up
And
3,000
not
yards a
even not a
season.
top tier team. Look at the conference they play.
Look at their competition, and he's putting up 3,000 plus passing yards a season. Easy double digit touchdowns. His touchdowns far outweigh his interceptions.
Yeah. That's like saying that Iowa doesn't produce a good defense. Bullshit. Iowa had probably the top defense in the Big Ten all year long. They kept almost every team they played to less than 20 points.
Yeah.
Those corn-fed fuckers in Iowa produce. That school is known for producing defense constantly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious to see what happens in the draft. I mean, if Tennessee keeps their number one pick, I'm really curious to see what they do. But I'm in the same boat with Cleveland.
If they keep it, they're definitely going to draft a quarterback. You know what I mean? And it'll be Ward or Sanders. Yeah. I'm just saying that's not what I would do, but that's probably, if I had to guess, that's probably what they're going to do.
So
Levy's is what, in his second season, third season?
He's not. No, it's like third, at least third or fourth. Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, he hasn't been in the league very long.
Where are you trying to go, bro? I gotta adjust something.
He'll probably go to another team and be really good.
They always
you know what I'm saying?
They?
Yeah, from our team they do.
Usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes.
So sad news in the sports world all the way around, though, and everybody can appreciate this man for what he has done for the sports world. But Dick Vitale had his final broadcast yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That is probably the biggest news coming out of college basketball, that Dick Vitale has officially retired from broadcasting as of yesterday.
Somebody's got him on their Angel of Death list, I think.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
That's our celebrity death list.
Yeah, we
celebrity death list. What in the hell?
Don't talk too much about it with our attorney. We might get in trouble.
Yeah, so maybe we should have ran this by him before we did it. So we do a thing here, and next year we'll have to get you involved with it. We do a thing every year where we just started it. This is our second year, where we do a list of 10 celebrities that we think will die in 2025.
Oh, okay.
And if they die, we call it the Angel of Death list. And if they die, you get a point or whatever. But you can also make emergency picks. Like I've made 2 emergency picks, and both of them have died. So you get bonus points if you make an emergency pick. And
I'll tell you who's going to get
being able to call an emergency pick, though. Like if you see he's in the hospital.
Yes, yeah. Jeff did that. Jeff did that with the fucking Pope, and the son of a bitch is going to Jimmy Carter his way through the year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, last year I had Jimmy Carter because now we have the Angel of Death list every year. Every year we're going to give out the Jimmy Carter Award, and it's all because I had Jimmy Carter last year. And
we should have another one for like people who we say are going to retire. Like this is their last season in football.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even though the death one's better, I'm just saying.
Death one's fantastic.
Death one's definitely better.
Connor.
I like that.
Connor can get fucked because he picked Reba McEntire on his death list.
Oh my
he's
God!
Done that 2 years.
He's not even close.
No way.
Yeah,
no.
He's done that 2 years in a row just to annoy me because he knows how much I love her.
She's like my old lady crush.
I've been in love.
That about me with Reba McEntire.
I've been in love with Reba McEntire since I was like 10 years old. I've been in love with her.
Yeah. Whoever's done her work has done a good job. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
I told Nikki, I said, if Reba ever knocks on the door, sorry, babe. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm just saying.
Right.
She understands. She's like, I understand. I get it.
Oh my god.
So last year,
Freaking
like I said, last year
sucks.
I had Jimmy Carter, and he didn't die, and I was gonna like everybody knew I was gonna pick him for this year, and he literally died the day
Like 2
before we
days.
made our
Was it the
yeah
day
like 2 days.
before? Or was it 2 days?
It was like Thursday or Friday, and we made our picks on that Saturday, and Jimmy Carter died. So now we have a thing where if you like Jeff picking the Pope, we have the Jimmy Carter Award for picking a celebrity that doesn't die that should be
That
dead.
holds on. Yeah, that holds
Yeah.
on. And he's in stable condition.
Yeah, he's doing good, but I mean now
I wouldn't say
now
good.
it's like now it's like with the news that came out last night. That's why I said I got to give this a few days.
Yeah.
Because
Because we got to see.
now Jeff's list might go to the wayside and his picks might be up for grabs. But yeah, it's a bit morbid that we do this, but nonetheless, it's still fun. Like we're gonna have a championship belt made and everything, like a WWE style championship belt made. I'm working on a logo for it, so it's like a little competition that we do here on the network.
I like
Fantastic.
we're all going
You're
to
right. We probably should have conspired with our attorney before we did this.
hell. Yeah,
I see that you hold no legal
always shows up wearing a suit.
liability with these
yeah.
picks.
Derek a lot of times shows up wearing a suit, so we call him our attorney.
Yeah.
Why? He goes, what's the deal with the attorney thing?
Yeah.
Well, our attorney said
You
that
know,
he
the
sees
funny
no-
thing is, I probably got like about 10 more minutes anyway, and the reason being is I'm gonna go play golf.
Nah,
no,
he's
yeah,
got to take
no,
a client
so-
out golfing today. They must have won a case last week.
Yeah, no, that's what Rick and I said before we started the show. I said I'm going to do like an hour today, bro. I was up until 7 a.m. last night, and he was up pretty late too.
This morning.
I was
night. That's this morning.
Yeah, this morning, whatever, man, whatever. This morning, last night. I don't know. I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore. I don't know if it's Sunday. I don't know if it's Friday. I don't know what's happening anymore. I got like, dude, I fell asleep right here in this chair out in the garage at like 7, and then I was up again at like 9:30. I'm like, man, I need to go back to sleep. But there was no nap to be. Yeah, but if I would have went back to sleep, I wouldn't have woke up in time to do the show because I would have went back. I would have went in the house and went upstairs and crawled into the bed and had the window open and the fan on with the rain and everything. I would have been dead. I'd have been lights out. See you guys next Sunday. So, but we're also going to be doing lunch here in just a few minutes. We're up in Pennsylvania for the weekend.
Not where I would have chosen for a weekend, but that's just me.
Yeah, we came up for Nikki's son's birthday, his 24th birthday. Took him to lunch and everything, and then Nikki hung out with some of her friends last night. But yeah, man, when is the draft? What is that? That's April, beginning of April.
Yep. Usually like the end of April. Yeah.
Is it the end of April?
Yeah, it's usually towards the end, like 20th or later. I don't know when it is. I'm sure they got it out.
It should be out.
I don't remember.
Oh, I'll look real fast. Ain't nothing. NFL draft date. Oh, I got caps lock on. April 24th through Saturday, April 26th.
Yep.
And it's in Green Bay. No, it just says Green Bay Packers. Where is it this year? I don't see where it's at.
It's in Green Bay.
Is it in Green Bay? Okay.
Yep, in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin.
Yep.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wally just put in the chat. 24th, the 24th through the 26th.
So, the Titans have the first pick, and the Chiefs have the last pick.
Yeah, Browns got the number 2 pick. So,
yep, it goes Tennessee, Cleveland, Giants, New England, Jacksonville, Vegas, Jets at 7, Carolina 8, Saints 9, Chicago 10, 49ers, Dallas, Miami, Indy, Atlanta, Arizona, Cincinnati at 17, Seattle, Tampa, Denver, Pittsburgh, Chargers at 22, Green Bay 23, Minnesota 24, Houston 25. There's your top 25. Cleveland picks first in round 2.
Yeah. I think in the second round we're probably going to take a lineman, whether it be offensively or defensively.
There's a lot of good ones out there this season.
Same offensive lineman. I think Titans will grab another offensive lineman.
Yeah, we need to get an offensive lineman. Our offensive line needs some help.
Nobody has 2 picks in the first round. Nobody.
As of right now, that could change.
Yeah, as of right now, that's true.
Yep.
That could change.
Yep, it sure could.
Yeah, what do we got going on here?
Happen?
Bro, I feel like I could sleep till tomorrow. Right now.
He stuck his thumb in his booty hole.
Uh-oh.
That's quarterbacking for you.
I
mean, that's essentially what they do.
Pope for the Orlando Magic. Literally, Jared Allen went up for a rebound, and when he was coming down, Pope's thumb went right up his butt.
Well,
they showed like 4 replays of it. I don't know what they were talking about because I don't have the sound on, but they showed like 4 replays of it. It was just like, whoa, hey, how's it going, buddy? I didn't know that was a legal move I didn't know that was a legal move in the NBA. I might start watching the NBA more often.
It's just like how they slap. How they slap a cheek, to tighten them up. Same kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just good game.
It's an attaboy. It's an attaboy.
As long as you say good game, you're good.
Yeah, good game. Good game.
Wow, they're really changing the rules up in the NBA. I see.
Bat.
Yeah, I don't know why they showed the replay so many times. I don't know what the discussion was, but nonetheless, about halftime, Cleveland's up 45-43 over Orlando. And Orlando, man, they have been bad this season, and they are somehow holding on to the 8th seed in the playoffs.
Still want to know how it's shot them.
Don't know how they're doing it, but nonetheless, you guys got anything else on your plate as far as sports wise go that's tickled your fancy this week?
Not really.
Yeah, I got one thing. I probably shouldn't say it. I'm just being funny, but I'm also serious. Biological men should not play in women's sports.
You are 1,000% right.
Why is there even a discussion? I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just saying, sense, and that's it. That's all. I just want to say that public service.
I agree 100%. I mean, you had, you had that UFC fighter or MMA fighter that damn near killed like 2 women.
A few years back. It'd be like me beating up 2 girls or beating up a girl, period, and just being like, I whooped her. That's right.
Yeah, he, she, it, whatever, literally almost killed 2 different competitors. Yeah. And then there was somebody, I can't remember who it was. I know they were speaking on it when they passed this new bill. I can't remember what sport it was, but this chick is like brain dead for the rest of her life because there was a biological man competing in this sport, and she got injured, and she's basically brain dead now.
That's wild.
I mean,
definitely
it's just
shouldn't be happening. No matter what the sport is. I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's women who want to race against men, like running or something like that, by all means, do what you want.
That's their choice to try and call it a
class. That's what I'm saying. Call it co-ed. You know what I mean? Call it that.
Yeah.
Don't. That's just it's just crazy. It's nonsense. We're getting illogical here. You know what I mean? Like, when we're kids, we think we're we're like cops and robbers, or we're superheroes, but we're not really those things. And then you grow up.
I am. Who the fuck are you kidding?
Yeah, well, you can be. You can be. You can be.
Yeah, you can. You can be.
You can
Is
wear a
Fallon
cape.
Fox
You can do
the
all
fighter?
of that.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be.
I'm Batman.
But
you can be whatever you want.
You, if you wanted to, you could swim against women. If you wanted to.
yeah. Like I'm not even. Yeah. Like I'm not even a professional athlete by no means, but
yeah, I think
I
all
think-
women
I
would beat
could-
us in a swimming race.
yeah.
I could swim pretty good, but I'd still get beat by an Olympic athlete every time. But
Reach
still,
over and grab somebody's foot.
yeah, there you go.
There was
that's fair.
Yeah, there was was it last year or the year before or whatever, there was an intergender MMA bout, and it was all for it was a promotional thing, gimmick type thing. But the guy was proven that, like, this dude was like half the size of this woman. This woman was a monster. Like, she was a big girl. Like built. She was solid. And she towered over this dude. And it was just proving a point that even if women are bigger, that he could still beat them in an MMA fight. And he did, dude. He manhandled her. It's just because we're naturally bigger and stronger at the end of the day. It's an unfair advantage.
Do you remember videos back in the day called felony fights?
No.
Yeah, vaguely.
It was back when, like, it was before YouTube, and you had to get it bootleg, but it was literally people videotaping street fights. It's where Kimbo Slice got popular from. And they had one time, this big heavy set girl against this little skinny white dude. And she beat him up, but it's just because she was so big, though. Like, she fell on him, like, it wasn't like a good fighter. She just fell on top of him and beat him up, but still.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's a weird world that we live in where a professional athlete can be, like a male professional athlete could be terrible in their sport, and then all of a sudden be like, I'm a lady now, and then just dominating in the women's sport.
That's the thing I don't like about it, especially, it's like, no, you're not going to swap leagues in the middle of the season. Like LeBron comes out and he's like, oh, you know what? I'm 40. I'm in my 40s now. I'm going to say I'm a woman and go compete in the WNBA where I can still dunk on everybody. Man.
LeBron changes his name to LeBritney James, and he's like,
wait
a minute.
LeBrona or something,
You're not fooling anybody, LeBron. He's out there putting up 75 points a game.
Yeah. He just plays on through his 40s, winning championships,
Yeah. Right? No, exactly.
He's got the dunk on Caitlin Clark, Or maybe we get them on the same team,
Yeah, right.
LeBron or LeBrona. Anyway, I'm gonna roll
everybody.
out.
Yeah, everybody that tries to dunk LeBron's just like, pow, get out of here.
And I'm not saying I won't be on next week. Next week I will be in Mexico, but depending on what we got going on, I mean, I might hop on, you know what I mean, while I'm there. Might be on the beach or something.
We might have an international broadcast.
Yeah, a little international broadcast.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'll send you the link like I normally do it. If you can make it. If you can't, we'll be all right. We'll go without our lawyer. We'll
I'm sure y'all make without me.
We like to live life on the edge. We don't always need our lawyer around.
We haven't gotten in any major trouble yet being the operating word.
Yet. But no, real quick before we get out of here, Derek, you got anything on the horizon coming up that you wanna shout out, music wise or anything?
Yeah, I got a song that's going to my engineer right now. It's called Way It Go. I guess The Way It Go. Maybe, I don't know. But something like that. It's a straight hip-hop song, a little upbeat. I made the beat, did the whole product. I did everything, but my engineer is going to mix it and everything. But yeah, The Way It Go. And then I got like 4 country songs that I've been sitting on them. I just been practicing and stuff. So I plan on having those come out before summertime.
Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, looking forward to that. We're always looking forward to new music from Dark Wayne. Rick, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, not really.
All right, well, guys, appreciate
everything's
y'all.
pretty solid up here. So
Good seeing you, gentlemen, as always. Always fun talking some sports.
enjoy.
Shout out to the Chatter's Box. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we got Derek over here. We've been man down. We tightened up today.
Yeah, let's go.
Watch out! Be careful with the thumb in the booty.
That's gonna be my new move. I'm finna go play golf. You know what I mean? I'm like,
there you
good
go.
job. Good job.
Try it on the golf course. Try it on the golf course today.
See what happens.
Nice putt.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, right. Make sure you guys check out the rest of the shows on the network. Wally will be back tomorrow with Speedway Stories, and it looks like tomorrow night I will be doing a special Glick's House of Music. We'll be hanging out with our girl Jules in the How. We're going to be talking about they got Women Rock LA Part 2 happening this weekend coming up. So I'm going to have Jules come on and we're going to chat it up, talk about that and whatnot. And then we've got all the regular shows happening this week as well. Oh, excuse me. And with that being said, we're out of here. Appreciate y'all listening. And as always, be good or be good at it.
Later, folks. Go Bills. Bye-bye.
I know.
Go Cleveland sports.
Later.
Go sports.